Hello, everybody. AJ, the CEO here. Thank you so much for stopping by. We had a slight bit of emergency. I guess the what was it? My daughter's daycare, they were going on a school event, and then they lost power, and then all of a sudden I got a call, and they're like, "We ain't got no power. Come get your kids." So we had to run and go take care of that. So thank y'all for y'all's patience on that. We got a lot of stuff going on. I don't want to belabor the point and drag stuff out, but thank y'all for the quick response of y'all jumping back on with me. We had a lot of stuff trying to clean up my mess here, but we got a lot of fun stuff going on. Let me get the formalities out of the way. Folks, if I don't get a chance to get to your question, know that you can email me your questions at ajhomes.com. Give me 48 to 72 hours to respond. I am giving you fair notice. I was on vacation last week. This week, we're on vacation again. I'm taking my daughter for her summer break with daddy. So we're going to be out of pocket for all of next week. So emails, all this other stuff, I will probably be able to respond. I may take my laptop with me, but big major stuff we won't be able to do, but we will respond as best as possible. If you're not a part of it, folks, know that you can go ahead and go to Facebook and join our Facebook media group. It's like this all the time. Sorry, I thought my doorbell rang here for a second. Hold on. Let me look at that. But if you're not a part of the Facebook group, folks, go ahead and check that out. All right, nobody's at the door. And look up Modern Media Ministry Made Easy. Answer 3 questions, and then that's all you got to do to get a part of that. If you need any extended help, know that you can go to ajhomes.com/consultations. That is the easiest way to get on my calendar, folks. Sending me an email, multiple emails, phone calls, and stuff like that, just out of pocket. You're not guaranteed to get me just because we're helping out a lot of folks and we're all over the place. So be mindful. Today is June 14th. Tomorrow is the last, actually today is the last day to get discounted tickets at our e-missionary conference. That's going to be July 13th and August 10th. Go get the tickets today at mediaministrymentor.com/conference. That is the way to get it. And actually, let me cut over here so you can actually see it. We good? Yeah, we are. All right, so this is the last day that you can get the tickets here. We got a bunch of folks. We got G. Albert's going to be teaching as well, too. I just got his information. I need to add it on here. Like I said, the early bird registration ends Today, it says here, so actually tomorrow is when it goes back to it goes to $100. So get it here for $75. We still want some more teachers, folks. So you can come down here to the same link that I will put in the chat there. Go check that out. And if you scroll down, that's where you can get the early bird registration right there. Or if you want to be a teacher, put your information there, because tomorrow we're having a teachers meeting to talk about the schedule, their times, all that stuff. So teachers, please go there and register there. If not, there is another chance that we'll do the second time. I want to get all this stuff done because we're going to be real pressed on there. We got a bunch of people on here that's going to be teaching. And if you haven't submit me your pictures, Mike, Dominic, everybody, if you haven't sent me a picture, please send it to me. I don't want you to just be looking bland out here. But we want to get your stuff. Bruce, I do have your information. I haven't had a chance to update that. We also have a Mario is from Shure. The Shure mics. He's actually going to be talking about audio and content best practices with Shure mics. So thankful to be able to do that. I want to give a big shout out. That connection was because of Monty. Monty, thank you so much for that, sir. What else do we got? We still have our giveaway, folks. We are a hop, skip, and a jump away from 63,000 subscribers. Once we hit 70, we're going to be doing a giveaway, our $2,000 live streaming giveaway bundle. And you never know. I might, because of the recent video I just did, I'm going to leave it up to y'all. Do you want me to still do the $2,000 bundle or two of the $1,000 live streaming bundle that we just talked about in our last video? Let me know. Which one would you rather me do? Can I make a poll here? Let's start a poll. Should I do two $1,000 bundle giveaways instead of the $2,000 one? So I send that out there. Let me know. Again, this giveaway is to help the ministries as a whole as best as I possibly can. And where's my ATEM software so I can switch over what I'm getting ready to show y'all. I hope y'all are doing great outside of running all over the place. We're doing well here. All right, I got my stuff set up. Let's go ahead and holler at some folks. Al, hello, hello. Good morning from Ghana. Again, Monty, what's up? Thank you, thank you. Rhonda, we were just at her church. That was the one that we did in House of God. Thank you for the invite. And hello and good morning. Tangela, hello, good morning. Keith, good morning. David's got some good news that his ISO is working now after update 9.5. Awesome. Good morning to you. Scott, hello, hello. Good morning. John, good morning. And like I said, G. Albert, good morning. And I responded back to you. Parker, good morning. MA16V3, hello, and I'll get to you. You talk about with the dentist. I have the dentist the last week of this month. We got some work to get done. Mitch Roy, good morning. Reverend Leroy, thank you for jumping back on. And I think that is about it for right now. We're going to go ahead and do some formal stuff. Let's get all this other cool stuff up and out of the way. And actually, let me jump over here. What I've asked y'all a couple of times is to send me your media team so I can give them a shout out as well. And we got a couple of those here. So let's jump over here and let's see our media team here. We got Pastor Jerry Mayfield here with New Creation Community Church in Portsmouth, Virginia, holding it down. The one-man team, I believe. Hey, you're doing a great job. Thank you so much. And we want to shout out your other teams, folks. Let's go through all the other stuff. If you like the merch, I mean, granted, I don't have my typical merch on. I got my classic shirt. Hopefully, any of y'all that like anime should know what this is. It's over 9,000. If you don't know it, don't worry about it. But that's my shirt. But if you like our other merch there, you know you can go to emissionarygear.com. You need to add some more stuff on there. Again, thank y'all so much for the response. A bunch of y'all have bought the book. My second book. Thank you so much for that. Hopefully y'all getting a lot out of that. Let me know let everybody know what is the one thing that you are working on this week in your ministry. If you've got the book, like I said, another shout out teachers as a reminder. We have our Zoom meeting to go over the teachers meeting for our conference, July 13th and August 10th. You can join either day. You get your tickets. You can watch either one. But the idea is to be there live. If you're a teacher, you don't have to be there for both. You can teach at one, and we'll play your loop back on the August 10th. Or if you can't make July 13th, we'll just feature you on August 10th. It's whichever one that we got. And I think that's it. Yeah, I think that is it. So I am ready to fire away at y'all's questions. Again, I haven't had a chance to finish the video up, but just to let you know, the Micro Cinema Camera 4K G2 is right there. We're using that right there, and it's working very well. Nice picture. Need to work on the lens there, but that is going great. We do have, if you haven't noticed, when I do stuff like this, our live stream, I actually stream to my website as well too. So if we come over here in videos and streams, we have the same stream that's going on right there, and I don't know why it's not showing right now. We are streaming to it. Error. Okay, that's strange. Normally we'll be streaming to it right now, but my streaming system, which is the Ryzen 5 8600G that I just finished building yesterday, is giving me an encoder error. Let's switch that out and let's see if we can get that up and running so that y'all can see it. Let's try that one more again. So if we come back over here, we're streaming. Do a refresh. There it goes. I don't know why it's in it. But anyway, the system that's handling the stream is the new Ryzen 5 8600G that we talked about. So that is here, working like a champ. If I cut back over here so y'all can see, that is this system right here. It looks like the same, but if I scoot back, we actually got a bunch of systems now up under the table. That one right there, closer to the center of the screen, that is the newer one. The one over here is the older Ryzen 9 that is running my own cast stuff. So this is the older version of this with the newest tech. So be on the lookout for that video. I need to finish editing that so you can see that. Excuse me. And what else do we have? I think that's mainly about it. We got a bunch of other stuff we got to work on. Steven, hello, from New Jersey. We're going to be in New Jersey next week, but we're going for a graduation party. So no work. Just actually, I'm going to New Jersey to visit a church on the way up for our vacation in Pennsylvania. And that's on Monday. Then we're heading back, and then we're going heading back down there. Harry, hello. And while I get to it, please know when you send your questions, start off with a Q. That way it jumps out to me, and I will get around to you here in a second. Just saying my last hellos to good morning, Lady Deborah. Hello. Coach, hello. All right, so let's go ahead and fire away some questions that y'all got here. Let's see. MA16V3 is saying that 9.5 brakes play out on the hyperdeck for now, and the switch control is not working. Let's see. I do have a hyperdeck, and let's see. I haven't tested that. So right now, my HyperDeck is still linking. I don't have a video out with mine, but it says it's playing. And I can engage the recording from here. It's recording right now. So I don't know. Let me see. Let me get a cable real quick. And let's hook this playback so we can see. All right, I am connected to number 2. And while I have it right here, on a side note, if y'all have heard from Otis, reach out to him. I sent him an email. He was on my mind. Hope he is doing well. All right, so we're going to go back to camera 2. So that is what I'm having a HyperDeck. That's why you're seeing it going on to infinity. But if I go ahead and play, well, that's what I just recorded. Hold on. So that's me building the system. So this is being played from the HyperDeck that I'm controlling through the ATEM. So I'm not sure. This is from the mini that I'm playing, and it's working for me. So I'm not sure what's going on, but it's working for me. But anybody else, if y'all are having issues, please share and see. So that's what I was just playing through, and it worked for me. So I'm not sure. Let me switch this back. Unplugged the wrong cable. Let's see. Reverend Leroy, how do I lock my image in the ATEM Mini Pro after I have sized it and positioned it where I want it? It keeps moving and resizing and showing double picture. Now, when you set up anything inside of the ATEM software, like you're making custom changes, that is with the even though it's the ATEM Mini Pro, that's done under your upstream key. So if you make any unique changes in here, so say I change this to 0.6. So now if I turn that on, that's right. And if I set it to 0.6, we're like this. But once you press the buttons on the ATEM, like I did by mistake, when I just hit this, see, it automatically resets this. So if you use any custom picture-in-picture stuff, and if you press the picture-in-picture positions on the ATEM, it will reset back to their defaults. All you have to do to keep those settings, so if I change this back to 2.3, and I'm going to slide this over here and go up. So if I keep this setting, all I do is turn on and off the buttons on the ATEM or the ATEM Mini Pro, and those settings will stay the same. The instant I press one of the position buttons, so if I do the lower left-hand corner, see, it resizes it, and all of my settings here have been changed. So if you want to lock them in, set them inside the ATEM software under your upstream key 1, if that's what you're doing, and only use the on and off. Do not press the position buttons, because that will wipe out your settings. So hopefully that helps you. Ronald was saying, I won't be able to be on the live conference, but I don't want to wait 8 months to watch the videos. Well, awesome. Thank you for that. Harry would like to know, do you have a video tutorial on how to control the HyperDeck with Companion? No, I do not. I would defer that to Mike, but I don't think Mike has Companion, so I might have to make one. So I don't have one, but when I get back, we'll work on doing something for that. G. Albert saying, I'm still recovering and reconfiguring my Mac Mini. Do I need to do anything special to install OBS Studio? No, you do not. MACC. I thought you said I was just 1,006. Oh, I'm reading it upside down. It's over 9,000. um, can't wait to try out the computer in the thought. Yeah, I got. Hold on, let me switch this camera so I can actually move it. That is, it's right here. That's mine right here. I actually got the higher one that I was talking about. The one that I have for the other church is the one that I showed in there. This one was going for about $370, and when I got it, I actually got $100 off. So I got it for $270, and that was for more memory and more hard drive space. But that what I intend to use this for is for it to be like my media player, or it'll be a dedicated connection, because what you can't see outside of my T right here, and my head is still in the way. I can't even move around it to get there. There it goes. I have another A10 Mini Extreme ISO right here. That's the one that I normally take with me. So what I plan on doing is running a connection from this one into this one so that I have more inputs. So this computer is going to be kind of like my media player outside of my HyperDeck. So I can play different type of format stuff. And then this will be the one that I have different programs on. One thing I will note that I did wrong in that video, the 3.5 millimeter jack in the front of that is actually a headphone and speaker jack. So the reason I didn't post the link to this audio was because the audio was messed up, because I was using a cable like this. I don't know if you can see it. It has 2 bands on it. That is not correct. That is just for your left and right. So what I ended up ordering overnight is this to fix this. This is a TRRS cable that has the 3 bands on it. That is for left and right for stereo, and the third one is for microphone. If you use this, that is the type that is needed to go to pull audio. And I'll do an update when that comes in. I have it next day, so it's going to be here tomorrow at 4 a.m. So we'll be able to do that. But that's the only other thing. Now, if you don't do that, and I am showing my history on here, for that church to get around that, because I didn't notice what the problem was, I went ahead and ordered another one of these audio interfaces so that we're just connected directly there. So that's one that I've used before. And then I have a RCA to 1/4 inch that's going to plug into that from the board into here. That's what I did as an alternative before I realized I can't return this. I was going to cancel the order, but it wouldn't let me return it. So I'm like, forget it. I'll still use them with that. But then I ordered 2 of those cables just in case. So I'll use one for me, and then if I have anybody else that uses that, that's what we'll do. So be mindful of that. You need, if you use that mini PC and you're not using an audio interface, you need a TRRS 3.5 millimeter cable to get audio in. Oh, MA16 V3. I read that wrong. Okay, got you. The official Blackmagic HyperDecks work, but if you're using the Raspberry Pi kind of hybrid, that does not work with 9.5. Gotcha. Thank you for that. Over to Trevor. Should my church continue the Restream annual payment or look at multi-streaming hardware like the OC Go Stream Deck? It's up to you. Personally, if it's, most of the stuff I focus on this channel is to try and save money. Again, if you're like, what are you streaming with? First off, Trevor, if you're using OBS, personally, what I would probably do is just probably put a faster GPU in there, and you don't even need anything major. If you're using OBS, I would put a faster GPU and download the RTMP multiple RTMP plugin for OBS, and OBS can just stream it to multiple. If you're using Prism Live, that's the same thing that will work with that plugin. Will work with that as well too. But actually, Prism Live, you don't need it. Prism Live already has multiple streaming options built into it. That's the first thing I would do, and that would cut that out completely. But going with that hardware that can support, like the OC Go, that's a one-time purchase, and then you're fine. So I'm assuming if you have that, your upload speed is already able to maintain multiple streams. The same price that it costs for you to get that, you can get an older like 70 GTX 750, and that would give you the horsepower from a GPU standpoint to handle multiple streams. That would cost you about the same thing that it would cost for you to get that the OC Go Stream Deck. But either one, I think that would be worth it, to be quite honest. Mr. Clarence, hello, good morning to you, sir. Mitch Roy. We use a 50-foot fiber optic HDMI cable from my camera to the ATEM. This is ran on the floor at our church, but it recently got damaged. Any suggestions for a good floor cover that can be used? Yeah, I've used, let me see, can you see it with this camera? I actually have one that's actually right behind me that I use here. So my chair is in the way. So I don't know if you can see it. I use this rubberized mat right there to cover my cables. And I got that one, it was actually at 6 feet, but I've gotten it further. And it all depends on how many cables that you need to run in that. Let me see if I can show you the ones that I've gotten. So yeah, so this is the one that I've used multiple times and fairly decent. I don't use the adhesive on this side since I can't stick that to the carpet here since I'm renting this place. But I will put a link down below, but you can use the adhesive. I don't know what type of floors you got. You can use that. Or you can have the Velcro ones. If you have commercial grade carpet, that will stick to it. It's not stiff. So it's just it's something like this. On commercial grade carpet, it will grip to it and it just will cover it. So hopefully nobody would trip on it, but it can still be damaged. It's not hard enough to protect somebody from like ripping it. So I'll put a link to both of them down below for you. And I'm eyeballing just to make sure the audio is still there. Carpet grip cable covers will be here. And then the hard silicone ones I will put here. Cable covers. All righty, we're there. Hey, folks, if you don't mind, if you haven't, go ahead and hit a like button. If you haven't subscribed and you're like, how come I can't leave a comment? It's because you haven't subscribed. You have to be subscribed to be able to comment on these live streams, and make sure you hit that bell notification. That way you don't miss out on any stuff. If you like what I'm doing, all I'm asking is for a like. It helps let the YouTube algorithms pass this stuff on to everybody and reach more people. Carpe Diem 21. Good morning, AJ. Or any participants using vMix. How do I stream to Facebook while outputting to displays in the sanctuary? Well, that's exactly the same setup that I have right now. Let me actually log into the camera behind me so you can actually see my setup. And something told me to hook up my portable camera so I can move around. I don't have that set up, but I'll show you what I got. Let me turn off tracking so we can get a wide shot here. Camera 3. All right, so I had to stand up and show you my full setup in what I got. So give me a second. There we go. All right. All right, so we got this so I can move around a little bit. So in my setup right now, I have vMix over here running. vMix is on this system that is running the live stream. I have it outputted to my screen right here in front of me. So how I did that is my graphics card inside this computer, that is my original RTX 2070. So I have 5 outputs on that. So I have the 2 monitors right here, that's 2. The third is actually going to this screen. And inside of vMix, you have an output display, and I set that output to say, what do I want to go to which display? So that is what the program is going to right now. Then I have another output that is going into my web presenter, and that's what goes to the live stream. That's what you're seeing. That's how I have my stuff set up. And then, like I said, I have that daisy chained into my other computer over here that is doing the live stream. So I have the output from vMix is going to the 2 monitors that you see over here, those 2. Then another feed is going to the web presenter that is up under here that's being blocked by my Lego Mjolnir. And then the other output is going over here to the Ryzen 5 8600G. So that's how my setup, and that's all being driven by vMix. And those are just settings on there. So let me see, do I have vMix on this computer so I can kind of show you. I might not have a valid license on here. Yeah, I don't have it installed on here. So I'll have to, I've been meaning to do a new video anyway to redesign how I do my live stream. So I'll cover that in that vMix one. So be patient on that one, and then I'll do that for you. Back to Reverend Leroy. Do you have to connect Prism Lens to Prism Live Studio, or will it connect automatically? How do you have the two together? Yes, you need to connect Prism Live to it. The idea is Prism Live is a app, and let me see if I have it on my phone. So first, allow, come on now, allow. So many updates, and so I have Prism Live on here, so we can see. Let me turn it around so I can actually see. So we got Prism Live going on here, and I am on my network. So we're gonna have to go to connect, and it's gonna ask me to scan the app. So reach over here. Let me get out the camera. Get out of all of this, and let's open up Prism Live. Come on. See, I did good. I cleaned my desktop. I normally had junk all over the place. All right, so we got Prism Live. Come on, get out of here. It's an update. So we bring this over here, and we're going to add a source. And they still haven't fixed this, where this goes over here. So we're going to connect Prism Lens, and it won't let me click when it's on another screen. So my apologies. So we're going to give it a name. So we made it Prism Lens, and we need to now open up the Prism Lens app. Prism Lens 2 is there, and my phone just went to sleep. And it says on here, on the app, it actually says I have to scan the QR code to connect. So where is that at? There we go. So I would just scan that. It's scanned. And now, there we go. So yes, you need to actually physically scan it so that you can get connected to it. So there we go. There's our camera. And now, if I go ahead and close this, I should have. got on there. Or did I selected the wrong one. There we go. So yes, you have to scan it so you can link it up. And let me turn all the rest of this stuff off. And that's a camera. Turn that off. So yeah, so now we're connected. So yes, that's how that would work. So you do need to open it up on the phone, then scan the QR code, set a source, scan the QR code, and then link it, and then you're good to go. So I'm gonna disconnect that, and that's it. I need to do some more stuff with Prism Live too. Really cool app. Probably gonna migrate Antioch and Signs and Wonders over to that probably in the future. Virgil, I'm having an issue capturing our secondary display using NDI tools. You said capturing your secondary display. All right, so normally to do that, if we cut back over here, and I don't even know if I still have mine on. All right, so we're going to open up our NDI tools. NDI tools. And depending on if you're using version 4, that's called scan converter, or you can, with 5 and higher, it is screen capture. So I'm just going to open this one up, and then it opens up a little app over here, and then it captures every screen that you got. So you set all your frame rates. So now the easier way for me to do this, I'm going to open up my NDI monitor. And under here, see now it shows every single one of the screens that I have. So you're saying when you run the screen capture, it's only showing one. I don't know if that is a permissions thing, because I mean, just opening up, I just opened it up here, and not without any setting changes, it captures every single screen. What's the exact setup that you have, and what version of NDI Tools, Virgil, are you using? Let me know, and we'll circle back to that. Follow up from Mike. He was saying that he doesn't have a HyperDeck, but there is a module in Companion to control the HyperDeck. So we'll see what we can do with that. Mike is also saying, by the way, I figured out the triggers for the on-air sign on the Companion, and the sign will be hung this weekend. Sweet. Great work with that. And right now I'm using the OBS streaming status, but I want to hook it up to an actual YouTube Live and Facebook Live. Any thoughts on how to do this? Mike, I am glad you said that. There's a little toy I am playing with right now. We talked about it on our roundtable. And these are some small little ESP controlled development boards. And you can download a WLED app that goes on his, and it makes it go into Wi-Fi enabled. And if I find a plug, I have this set up with the intention, and Rhonda, if you're still there, this is the stuff I was talking about, that you can program this, have this stuck on the back pillars that you got there, and then you can send the command through an app to actually light this up. So let me plug this in. So we got it connected, and boom. This little thing sends power and lights this up. So I think I still remember the IP address for this. Is that it? Yes. All right. So this is the IP address to this. So I'm going to hold it up. This website is going directly to the little developer board. So I can come in here and change the color. As you can see, I can pick whatever color that I want on here. I can change the brightness if I really wanted to. We can do different patterns on here. So we can use Aurora color. You can't see it just because of how far away it is. You can do different types of um, designs and stuff like that running on this. So you can imagine having something, and this whole thing with the control board, I bought three of them, and there were three of these for $10. So they're very dirt cheap, and it's just a regular micro USB cable that goes to this. But Mike, the idea is you could have something like this, and you can set whatever colors that you want, and it's web based. And as you can see, the idea of me wanting to do this was for the purpose of sometimes like at Antioch when I was up there, because I got to play for them fifth Sunday. The idea is sometimes the people in the media booth ain't paying attention. So the idea is I was going to put a strip of this on the back wall right there in front of everybody in the media booth. And then if we wanted to get somebody's attention, we can make an app to just press one button. And when you see it go solid red, then it's like, oh, I need to pay attention. Somebody from the pulpit on the pulpit is trying to get my attention. That's the idea for it. And to get any programmable LEDs, you're talking about $75 and higher. This whole thing combined with the adapter outside of a plug, this is going to set you back maybe $25. So that's the idea. And it's programmable. It's using MicroPython, Mike. So very straightforward. I haven't programmed to it, but it's fairly straightforward with that. So I'm probably going to print a 3D case to hold this in. So really cool. That other ideas you can use with this little stuff like that. HS Audio. Slide my chair back up. Hi all. AJ, do you see yourself using any other streaming software besides OBS? I like Prism Live Studio due to the features. I mean, I bounce between all three of them. I don't use Ecamm Live just because it's a monthly fee. And I don't use it that much that I wouldn't be paying for something like that. But I have used Ecamm Live. I think Monty uses that. I have messed with Wirecast, but again, I think that's going to a paid one so that I haven't used it. Right now, I bounce between vMix is what you're seeing right now, OBS, and Prism Live. That's what I normally bounce to. So it all depends. If I need something quick and dirty and fast, I'll use OBS. If I want to have like a big production with a lot of plugins that normally would be required in OBS, I'll go to vMix for that. But yeah, I bounce around. Trevor was saying that y'all are using Web Presenter to restream. Okay. I would probably say in that scenario, then probably, yeah, using one of the OC Go would be a good alternative to that. Or even like how many places are you streaming to? Because I mean, you could still use the Web Presenter and then just have the loop out feed into the OC Go, and then you can stream to the other one too. Or you can have it just do either one. But I think in that scenario, yeah, that would be good. Mike, I wonder if Prism Live has companion support. Mike, it does because it's really running off of OBS. So if OBS has it, Prism Live works with it. Tangela, I can still use 2 of those computers for less than the cost of one other computer. Absolutely. You can have one that does nothing but the streaming, have another one just for doing your presentation, and that would work great. And also back to Trevor. On the restream question, our current live streaming computer is only a low-spec laptop to control the ATEM Television Studio HD and Web Presenter and Restream. Gotcha. I think that OC Go would work too. You are welcome. Now let me make a PSA. I did this on my community tab. So MA16V3, I'm gonna get on my step box, my rant box here for a half a second. Folks, I do not mind helping y'all with stuff, but for the love of God, do not email me asking me to provide you or help you find a crack for software that you don't want to pay for. That is the quickest way for me to block you indefinitely. I had somebody ask that. I'm not going to say their name. I'm not going to say what gender. Don't be stupid and send me something like that. Yes, I know that's strong, and that might be considered rude. But if you're trying to steal software to help your church, I think you need to go back and read the Bible about where it says, "Thou shalt not steal." Don't ask me to do any stuff like that. Please don't do that. All right. All right. I'm done. Back to Coach. Um, I'm trying out Prism Live Studio. My question is, how can I control the scenes with a Stream Deck like the OBS? Do I need to get a plugin? Yes. On Prism Live, you need to download the Stream Deck plugin for that, which is present. So if I go to my Stream Deck here, there is a plugin that gives you Prism Live controls. So you just add this, the Prism Live plugin, and then you can control Prism Live the same way through your Stream Deck. Really straightforward. Just look out on the store for that. If it's not there under here, you would download it from the store, and it's free, and you'll be able to control it. Michael, does 9.5 update do anything on the regular A10 Mini? No, it does not. We literally just bought it 2 weeks ago. We would love to change the webcam out. No, the A10 Mini is actually, they've sunset that. They don't make it anymore. So in the updates, it doesn't really even support it anymore. So if we go out to Blackmagic's site real quick, we go to updates, support, and we look through here and we read through it. Yeah, it's only for A10 Mini Pro and higher. So the A10 Mini, that I can't speak for them because I'm not Blackmagic, but I pretty much believe since they sunset that one and the A10 Mini Pro replaces the A10 Mini, none of those features are going to go to that, unfortunately. And honestly, I don't even think the components and the CPU and the guts inside of the A10 Mini could even support that, since there was no multi-view and no stuff like that. So I don't think, no. So that update wouldn't do that. Carpe Diem 21. Hey, you are welcome. Philip Paul. Hello, hello. Back to MA16V3. Out of curiosity, will the A10 Mini Extreme ISO still output multi-view over USB on one port while two SSDs are connected to a USB hub on the other? I don't know. Let's actually try it out, shall we? Let's cut it over to this camera, and let's see if we can do that. I need to move the chair out of the way. So I have the ISO over there. Let's go ahead and open up. So let me refresh. You said, curious, does it still output over USB on one port while two? We'll see. So let's connect. Let me do this real quick. Let's connect to the second one. And output, we want to change that to the multi-view. Boom, right there. So I have, I can use this. This is still set up from the graduation that I did. So it's going to be outputting this. So now that we did that, let's cut over here. Let me zoom out some so y'all can see. I am going to connect this to, what monitor can I use? I'll use the other one right here. All right, so y'all should be able to hear me. We are going to connect, and I don't want to connect it to that because that's going to mess everything up. Well, we can use the mini computer. That will be our, no, I can use the web presenter page. So what we're going to do, and actually I stand corrected. I actually do need to use that. So we're going to connect this here. So that's going into our mini PC. So if we change the output here. All right, so that's the mini PC. And I need to get a mouse over here. So that we can control this. Hopefully it's tight enough so y'all can see. Let's zoom in a little bit more. All right, so we're going to, well, we got OBS open, so let's just use this. All right, so as you can see, there's our multi-view here. So now I need to connect a USB hub, which just happens to be this one that I have here. We'll connect that here, and I need one of my drives here. And the main thing we'll know, let's actually go full screen so we can see this. And it's looping to infinity because I'm looping back on itself, so don't worry about that. We have the drive here. I need a cable. So we're looking to see, do we get a drive that shows up here? So what you're seeing is from USB out. All right, so this is fine. I'm actually getting an error because of the cable. But yes, to answer your question, it does look like it works. Let me change out to a different cable. And let's see. So USB out is providing the multi-view for my computer. I have this plugged into a hub. And we have it plugged into here. It might be the hub that I'm using right now is giving me an error. Let me zoom in so you can actually see it. So it's actually saying disk cable is an error. So I think it's the cable. So it's probably the hub, the type of hub I'm using. Let me connect it directly. Actually, I have another hub right here on the floor. Let me try that one. This is the Anchor one that I normally use. So let's connect that one. And we'll connect cable again here. Yeah, it's there. When I try and hit record, it's not working. So it's showing, but it's not recording. So now I'm getting a yellow light. Let me connect it directly. And let's see what happens with this. So now I'm directly connected. And it's showing. And now it's recording. So I think the hub is throwing it off. By me going out for USB, that's giving me multi-view on one, but plugging in a drive, it goes the same way. It is working. So there you go in that scenario. So thank you for that. I think that's very beneficial for the people who wanted to know that. Sweet. So let's get back over here to our other camera. And let me get off of this. I got too many of these on the floor and it sticks to my sock. Alrighty, so sweet. Back to Rhonda. GTD audio quad receiver and mics. Receiver seems like it's working, but mics, no sound or solid green light on mixer and loud hum. Can the receiver be reset? Yes, it can. There's I don't know the exact model that you have, but there is a reset that you can resync it. Now, are you using the one that has adjustable frequencies, or is it locked? I think that's the reset that we might have to look into. Mitch Roy, what do you need a link for? Because I know I missed where we were at, but let me know. Coach, you are welcome. Yeah, I might need to try a powered hub on that one. But I mean, I don't have anything. I mean, that other one, the Anchor one, I can plug power into that, and I'll try that again later. Back to Coach. What would keep my ATEM from being seen as a webcam on my computer with only one USB-C, but work with my other computers? Also, the USB-C hub port works perfectly. I would honestly, do you have the software and the drivers on that computer, and have they been updated? The webcam function of the ATEM, I forgot what it is. It's UVC or something like that. It's like a universal video something and video audio. So that way, any device that is a webcam or a mic can just plug in and it just works. I don't know how old the system it is. I would probably say if the ATEM software isn't on there and it's not being detected natively, install that. That installs the driver to do that. Because if it's working on one, it should. Rhonda, yeah, if you have the adjustable one, there is a IR sensor on there that when you adjust it, you have to, once you adjust the frequency on the receiver, there's a sync button and they send over your RF little window on the front, and that's how you can sync it. So let me find it on here. All right, so this is the adjustable one here. So on here, what you would do is, and I need a much bigger picture than that. So when you adjust this, and it won't show this, but there's your RF. Once you set up this and you hit set, once you pull the cap down, there's another sensor. You just line this up, and then it will resync that. That's all you have to do to resync your signals and stuff like that. So I hope that helps. Yeah. Mom's video. Hello, hello. Back to Al. I managed to get my pastor to get us a PTZ bundle 3. I was able to install 2, which was tiring, but I'm left with how to get familiar with the controller and how to connect with the ATEM Mini Pro. I mean, in that connection, you're going to have to run an actual physical connection from the camera to the ATEM, since the ATEM is a competitive company to the makers and the owners of NDI. I don't see that anytime soon. They're getting that. So you're going to need to have a physical connection from the PTZs there. That's the easiest way to do that. MA16V3, pirating software for your video booth in 2024 is kind of silly. There are lots of free and low-cost solutions that will work. Maybe not as elegantly, but no reason to sell the high seas these days. Exactly. Plus, that's why they're moving everything to a SaaS, software as a service, so that you have to buy it and it doesn't work. But, I mean, again, for the person that was saying that, that's more of a choice. The software that you're picking, that is a choice. Just like MA16V3 says, there are other alternatives that are free that you wouldn't even have to worry about that. Philip Paul, regarding the question about using the USB web out on the ISO, so the USB 1 to the PC and USB 2 is the drive. What is the record on the drive? No, it's actually, well, let's see. I recorded on here. Let's see what actually it recorded. It shouldn't have recorded. It should have recorded the program. But let's look and check it out. Minimize all of this. Don't need that. Don't need that. Let's open up the drive. That is the Extreme I recorded on. And this was, I still have it in ISO recording mode. So let's see. What was the master being recorded? Oh, come on now. Won't let me size it. It's literally recording the program. That's what it recorded. So, yes, it didn't record the multi-view. It recorded the program out. So you're good. Mom's video. Do you prefer normal 60 frames per second or 30 look from a camera or the cinematic look for your church service? My church services, I keep mine at 60. I haven't really messed around with the cinematic look and stuff like that because most of the churches I've dealt with, folks are older and people are moving pretty fast. And if I had it at a lower frame rate, it's noticeable. So I keep mine at 60. That's just me. You are welcome. And then I was saying about his cameras. Plus one is very blurry. Can't tell why. Make sure the autofocus is still on the camera so it can get in lock in for you. And also, I see a lot of moving around the subject when moving in frame. Yet, see what the frame rate is set on the ATEM as well as the camera. That's just like the other question we were just talking about. That's the reason why I do mine in 60 for stuff like that. And then another one from here. Also, can I connect an external SSD to the ATEM Mini Pro to record my footages and also be able to connect it at the same time? No, you cannot do that. The ATEM Mini Pro, it is just like what I just did here on the ATEM Mini Extreme. It's 2 USB outs. Data can only flow in one way. It's either going to be going out, as in the whole everything connection, data connection is going to a computer for it to be read, or it's the video out. It's not going to be able to do both on the same one. So on the ATEM Mini Pro, it's either yes or no. All right, to go back to the poll here real quick, a lot of people are saying that I should change the bundle. Instead of giving one $2,000 bundle away, we'll give 2 $1,000 bundles away. So that would be with the mini PC and stuff. It has been spoken, so shall it be done. So that's what we're going to be doing going forward. So effective immediately, June 14th, we're going to be giving away a mini PC. Now, be reminded, y'all said this, that does not include an ATEM. So it is a mini PC, a PTZ camera, PoE switch, monitor, keyboard and mouse, and that's it. No joystick, no ATEM. That's what it includes. All right. So that's what y'all said. I might flip it back. It might be, let's do that. Let's alternate. So this month, when we hit 70,000, not this month. Well, this month if we do it, that'll be great. 70,000 subscribers, we'll give away 2 of those bundles, and then we'll alternate back and forth. All right. So thank you for that. I appreciate that, and we will do that going forward. Al, to your question, no, I did a video on that. A hub will not work. It's still one way. So using the hub will not do that. Let's see. What else do we got going on? I think that's mainly it. I still got a bunch of videos. I still got to finish doing the video of that camera, the Ryzen 5 system that is working like a champ right now. Been streaming perfectly fine. I think it's the GPU that's giving me a little bit of an issue, but I think that's because of OBS. But we shall see. We got some other questions that came in. Philip Paul wants to know, hey, AJ, how do you label your microphone wires that are going to the stage box or snake cable? I don't. I label them inside the board, me personally. Because most of the time, I don't have anybody else doing that. If I really needed to, I have like a brother labeler. It's around here somewhere. I have this. I just make the labels on cassette, and then it just sticks to there. That's what I normally do if I needed to do something like that. That reminds me, I need to buy another cartridge for that. No matter the type of hub, because I've used this, it won't work. I have read a couple of comments on YouTube about people saying that it works for them. I don't know how. I'll try it again right here just for us to see. So the concern was, can we use a hub to do both? So let me turn this on. All right, so I am going to use, let me unplug this. And I need 2 cables. So this one, we're gonna connect back to our drive like this. And then we connect the hub to here. So I don't know if, how can I do this so you can actually see it? I need another cable. Hold on 1 second. I got another cable over here. All right, so we'll connect this out into here. Let me move my chair out of the way. So we have the hard drive connected right here. Then we have the computer connected on this hub. The recording is showing. You see it lit up green. Now, let's see. I don't have a keyboard on here, so we'll go to camera. Can't find a camera. It doesn't read it. So we can't see anything on here. And I'm doing everything through the hub. I don't have an option for different cameras, nothing. So let me open up OBS and see if that shows anything different. See, it doesn't show that it's even anything in the drop down. The black magic is actually grayed out, so there's nothing there. So no, this still is not working for me. If somebody else is saying that's working, that might be something different. But just like MA16v3 says, I'm going to plug this hub into, give it some power and see if that would work. Is this cable long enough? No. Hold on a second. I got a cable that's long enough. All right, I have a plug right up under here. Let's give it power just in case. That's it. So now the hub has power. We cancel out of this, go back into it. Still does not work. You can't have data flow going in 2 directions when it comes with the hub. So for me, if they're saying something other than that, I call shenanigans. Because for me, on both of these, this does not work. And it kind of makes sense that it wouldn't be able to do that. But for me, it does not work. It does not work for me. So I hope that helps you. Let's turn this off. Let's see. So Al wants to know, what would you recommend to take off the load from my PC using vMix to record my footages then? Honestly, the easiest thing to do, I don't know the type of system you got. It would be to put a GPU in it and then let vMix run everything on the GPU. That's the easiest thing to do. But again, I need to know your setup before I can really give you a suggestion. MA16v3, has anyone had any problems using the inline power switch for the A10 Extreme? I know Monty had one, but unsure if he's still using it. I'm still using it, but make sure the one that you get is rated for the voltage for the A10 Extreme. The first one that came out, that was just for the A10 Mini Pro. You need a different one to handle the power that goes to the Extreme. But I know the churches I gave mine to, they're still using them without any issues. Philip Paul, do you ask them to buy their own earphones or the church gets it for them, which is all the same for in-ear monitors? I've only installed them twice. And the first one, I bought the in-ear monitors. Then after that, sometimes musicians are picky. So I just like, hey, buy your own. So I've done both. If a hub is connected, the A10 will not output video. It will act as a USB controller. If it's connected to a PC, it will act as a webcam. Exactly. That's why I can't do both. USB can't give you most of those features at the same time. Jerry, we are using PowerPoint to show slides with an occasional YouTube video. What is the advantage to using presentation software? It just gives you all of that. Presentation software is going to give you the Bible as well. Instead of you having to type it up manually, you can still use the slides. And I use presentation software like it's a digital church program. You lay it out the same way. You can put videos in there. Pro Presenter doesn't do that, but Presenter, you can put the YouTube video link directly in there. You ain't got to download nothing. It just plays it, and it just makes everything streamlined instead of having to jump between different programs. Most of these also, you're able to import PowerPoints directly into it. That's kind of the reason I use it. Back to Al. Thanks, AJ, for actually taking the time to demo this. This speaks volume about you and about your way to teach. Hey, you're welcome. This is what we're here to do. Hiram, what method you using when wiring your PTZ from the sanctuary to the ATEM in the AV room? I just run an Ethernet cable and either SDI or fiber optic HDMI cable. It all depends on where the cable is going to be at. If it's in an attic that is very, 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 very hot, I will run an SDI cable, because even though the fiber optic cables are fine, I want these cables that have been outside your house for coax cables for I don't know how long, and they last a long time. So if they're in a hazardous position, location, I'll run RG6, make it an SDI cable, put a BNC connector on the end, convert it back to HDMI. Or if it's a fiber optic HDMI cable and it's in a relatively good, like a drop ceiling or something like that, where it's easy to get to, I use fiber optic cable. But that's all I do. I don't put an outlet where it is. I send power over PoE, over the Ethernet that gives me power, control, and network access over the Ethernet cable. I don't send video over the network, even though you can, because I want the HDMI, so it's completely separate, and it's always going to be on time and easier to sync with audio. That's how I do it. Back to Al. I have an 8 gigabyte GPU. If there are any special settings I have to do done in the basic performance settings. No, I can't do it on this one live. Inside of vMix, there's one that just says use hardware encoding. It's literally just a checkbox, and that will push everything over to the GPU, and that would give you what you need. So I think that's about it for me today, folks. I know we ended up having an abrupt change, but since my little girl is here now, instead of they were supposed to go through a trip today, and all the kids are kind of sad about that. So we're going to go doing a little clothes shopping, because we're getting ready to have a daddy-daughter vacation, our very first daddy-daughter vacation. Pray for me. So I'm going to go get some clothes, get her packed up, so that way it's a long drive. Last thing I want to have to go to a store to buy something, because we ain't got something here. Oh, you said you want the link to the LED strip. I got you. So I will show you that. I'll show you the exact one that I got, so you can see that I's legit with that stuff. We do have a bunch of projects coming up. I think I have like 3 more digital walls to do. I'm just going back and forth with the finance company that the church is working with to get that taken care of. I need to edit the camera video. I need to edit the Ryzen 5 8600G video. I need to know. Now, I have this. I got this for me. I have the new Google Pixel tablet This is going to be my replacement for like controlling stuff. I don't know if you saw the other video. This is what I was using to control everything. Look at that little girl right there. But anyway, I don't know if y'all want me to do a review of this or not. This is what I'm using for controlling video. This is control I can do for Pro Presenter, all this other stuff like that if I need to. Because my iPad is very, 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 very old. And I got a discount to get that over an iPad. And it was significantly cheaper than an iPad. But let's see. Let me show you everything that I got with that. So that was everything that I ordered. The microcontroller, this LED, and I bought these because when I was listening to the video on how to put this together, I cut these cables when I didn't need to. So that's the reason why I got that. When I do it again, I'm going to do it right. So, oh, these shot up in price. So I was able to get 3 of these for $15. They do have some other ones here, but these microcontrollers, and then the website to get that, that's WLED. So this is the website. Literally all you do. No, that's not it. Where is it at? That's not the link. Yeah, it's WLED.me. All you do is when you connect it to your computer, it shows up. You do install. Make sure you don't do the beta. Do the latest version. You do install. It pops up. It shows the LED, and it just sends it and does an update over it. So, like, for example, I have this one that is not opened. So I'll just show you just how simple it is to put this thing together. So we got this one here. Where is... We get a cable to plug this up into the computer to give it some power. All right, so we got it plugged up. And plug it into the computer. All right, so it's lit up because we see a light. We go back over here. Now that I have this connected, we're going to try it again, and boom, there it goes. It shows up. I just do a connect, and then it's connecting, and do I want to install it? I push the install, and that's pretty much it. It takes about 2 minutes, and then it will ask you to connect to Wi-Fi. If you don't, this can actually produce its own Wi-Fi that you would connect to it as well. So really cool. There's tons of videos out there for that. I will put a link down below if anybody is interested in. Actually, I cut over too fast. So that was the modules that I got. This is the LED I got that actually has more LEDs, and I got mine as ep0171, so it's coated, so it actually can stand inside of rain and stuff like that. Meant for it to be outside, but you could get something lesser if you wanted to. Lesser cables. It actually has power cables on the end, and it doesn't show a picture of it. And then, actually, I clicked on the link twice. So that's it. And then these were these little cables that you can connect this to the board instead of cutting and trying to solder. The ends on here, the female ends just slide right onto the pins on the bottom of this. They just slide onto, come on, they just slide onto the end of these pins right here. I don't know if you can see them. Yeah, they just slide onto there. And then on the power connector, the ones with the tip, they just plug into the male end. They plug into the power adapters on the end of the LED, so you don't actually have to solder anything. I was too busy following the guy online that I didn't even realize that I cut mine for no reason. So I'm going to do this real quick. This is the wire connectors. Forgive my spelling because I am just typing fast. This is the LED strip. And then we have the ESP board. Hold on 1 second. Hello? Yes. Can you give me one? Can you call me back in 5 minutes? I'm actually on a live stream. I'm getting ready to end it, and I'll give you a call back here in about like 2 minutes. Alrighty. All right. Bye bye. All right, and that was actually the bank to go with the church. So I actually got to give them a call. But again, thank y'all so much, folks. I'm going to try and fire away this last question here before I jump on this call with them. Yes, please remember to like this video. Is the inline switch you're using? Yes, it is. He said, please show us the Google Pixel. I mean, I just have it as a control, but I'll do that later. Between the iPad and the Google Pixel, was it a hard transition? No, honestly, I've always used Android tablets. I only went with the iPad a long time ago because some apps were only on the iPad, but they've migrated over, so I can do that now. Last one. Is there a way to hook up the AVCAN's E20 PTZ to a joystick without going through the network? Yes, you would need to use a RS-232 connection, the old school connection. That's how you can control it. If you don't, that's the only way it will work. All right, folks, thank you so much. If no one's ever told you, thank you for everything that you're doing. I appreciate all the hard work and study that you're doing in your media ministry, because your media ministry wouldn't be the way it was if it wasn't for you. So thank you for what you're doing. You're unique. You're called for this. And it doesn't matter if anybody doesn't like what you're doing. You were called for this. We were called to stand out, not to fit in. All right. So I hope y'all have a great day, evening, afternoon. And I want to give a big shout out and thanks to everybody who is a Patreon or YouTube supporter on here. If you like what we're doing, folks, I don't take donations from any clients or companies and stuff like that. I wish they would pay me, but they don't. It's by great people like this to help pay for the giveaways that we do. That's what we do. Outside of that, I match the money that they give to give this. So this is coming out my pocket, and this is a way to try and help. And I hope y'all appreciate it. If you ever want to do support us, this is how you can do it. You can click the join button down below in this video, or go to patreon.com/AJaytheCEO, and that's it. So I really appreciate that. Don't forget, folks, today is the last day that you can get discounted prices for our eMissionary Conference. All the videos are going to be uploaded to YouTube 8 months later. So get into it now. Get it for $75. Save yourself $25 on it. And teachers, be on the lookout. Please, if you're interested, go to there, register on the form. And our Zoom meeting tomorrow is at 11 o'clock. You fill out form out. You'll be added to the Zoom. And you'll get an email on that stuff and all that other great stuff. So anyway, y'all have a great day, evening, afternoon, wherever you is, folks. And we'll be catching y'all on the next video. Later.